Sorry.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. I know you were happy to see me and get more information from me today, so I'll try to stay within the 4 minutes. It hasn't started yet.
You're going to have to speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me right now?
We can.
Okay. I want everybody to hear me, not only on the board, but out there. It's pretty unanimous across the board, and it's pretty obvious that everybody cares about every kid. They care about LGBTQ kids, straight kids, any type of kids. The distinction that I've been trying to make to the board is something that wasn't brought up today, but I have brought it up to the board in what I've written, is the Miller test is a test of when something is illegally obscene. It's illegal. That's when you get the cuffs put on you, when the prosecutor comes. PICO is a Supreme Court case. No matter whether it was unanimous or not, that is authority, which is precedential for us, and it is our law, so we must follow it. The PICO case says you can't take all the books out if it's your intent. You can't take out all the Christian books because you don't like them. You can't take out all the gay books because you don't like them. I don't have a problem with that. But PICO makes it very clear that from that point all the way up to the point of illegality, there are numerous reasons. There's not just three, there's numerous reasons why you can remove those books, and it goes to your discretion if they're appropriate. I just heard this report. I'm glad they did such a thorough report, but to say that 14 and 15-year-olds aren't appropriate to read it, and that's somehow going to violate the rights of 16 and 17-year-olds, that makes no sense. You're giving it to kids who it's not appropriate for. But what I'm worried about is the law that wasn't talked about, and this was the 2003, look it up, the 2003 PROTECT Act, which was passed by Congress and signed by the president, which says there's a compelling interest to not normalize pedophilia, to not normalize illegal sex acts.
Excuse me. Give him his chance to speak.
See, I'm telling you, I'm caring about your kids, and you're still no.
Excuse me. Let him speak, please. Let him speak. Go ahead. Continue speaking.
You can't even say that you care about somebody's kids, okay? So this town is not the only town. Many towns have a problem with pedophilia and illegal sex acts. My problem with his books is not that I don't care about the kids, it's that I do. In the book that you guys are talking about, whether they flower it up and make it look like it's Greek or it's Roman or whatever, it's a fantasy of a young girl having a fantasy of a 10-year-old boy being raped by an adult with a beard, okay? There's a compelling government interest, not by Steve Griegel, but by the Congress, that says you can't normalize that, because that's what people use when they normalize in their minds. It makes them more prone to these dangerous activities. Also in this book is illegal sex acts of children doing things to each other, oral sex, that are illegal, okay? I'm doing this because I care about the kids, and I know that there is pedophilia out there. I know there's illegal sex acts, and these depictions are illegal. There's also another book that I told you about that we're going to get to later on, where older kids take a 7-year-old into a tent. He's about 7-year-olds, and they all masturbate into a Mountain Dew bottle, and if the 7-year-old can't do it, he's got to drink it. Okay? That's an illegal sex act that shouldn't be depicted in a book. It's illegal per federal law that was not discussed today. And in the last, I think I should have more than 27 seconds, but because I got interrupted, but what I'm going to say is when you're looking for policy, and you guys have made a decision, and that's fine to have your own subjective decision, but when you're making a policy that's going to determine what you should do what rational people could determine. Because if you think 40, 50, 60% of the people could determine that these books are inappropriate, you're going to subject the taxpayers to money, to millions of dollars of lawsuits like are going in.
Thank you.
I'll be done in a second. And you're going to subject.
Time is up.
And I've been interrupted. And you're going to subject children to being abused.
Joanne Bruno.
And I was interrupted. So thank you very much.